WESH 2 News starts now with breaking news.
And that breaking news is out of Volusia County this afternoon. The woman you see right here, accused of shooting and killing her terminally ill husband, just pled no contest. WESH 2's Pamela Combe joins us live from the Daytona Beach Justice Center. Pam, you are learning about how much time she could spend in prison.
Yeah, well, through this plea agreement, the state decided to agreed to waive the minimum 3-year prison sentence. Ellen Gillen now faces a minimum. She faces probation up to 10 years in prison. Now, this was a short hearing today that started at 8:30 a.m. Gillen agreed to withdraw her initial not guilty plea and enter no contest to all the charges, including assisting self-murder, manslaughter, and 3 charges of aggravated assault, one of those on a law enforcement officer. Police say Gillen made a murder-suicide pact with her 77-year-old husband back in 2023. Investigators allege Gillen took a gun to the hospital and fatally shot her husband before barricading herself in the 11th floor room for hours. The woman's trial was set to begin next week, but in pleading no contest, she waived her right to a trial. Now, Gillen is scheduled to be sentenced on February 28th, and her attorney does expect that hearing to take several hours. Again, Gillen does face a maximum of 10 years in prison. Covering Volusia County live in Daytona Beach, Pamela Combe, WESH 2 News.
All right, Pam, thanks. Also breaking this afternoon, the 7-year-old boy hit in the chest by a drone during Orlando's holiday show at Lake Eola is now home and out of the hospital. Alexander's mother told WESH 2 doctors released him yesterday. On the left side of your screen, you see him leaving the hospital. His mom says that 7-year-old had emergency open heart surgery because of the impact from the drone. The FAA and the NTSB are both investigating to see exactly what went wrong. And the company behind that show, Sky Elements, is suspended from flying under certain restrictions. More breaking news here in Orange County. Orlando police just identified a man shot and killed by police after they say he refused to put down his gun. His name is Timothy Woods. The Orlando police chief says it all started with a domestic call in the Willows neighborhood near Silver Star Road. As WESH 2 Spencer Tracy tells us, this is not his first interaction with cops. This 79-year-old Volusia County man accused of shooting and killing his neighbor no longer faces murder charges. A judge agreed Edward Druzalowski shot and killed Brian Ford in self-defense. All of this happened during an argument over tree trimming last year in De Leon Springs. Ford's 8-year-old son watched the shooting and told deputies Ford threatened to kill Druzalowski with a chainsaw while refusing to stop walking toward him. Let's get a check of our forecast now on this New Year's Eve. We are counting down to 2025, and with the new year comes a lot of changes. And you can see that within the next 12 hours.
Right. It's very, very clear. Pun intended, right? By 3 o'clock, there'll be a sprinkle or two, but a few clouds. 5 p.m., mostly sunny skies, and then a beautiful sunset and a nice clear night as temperatures steadily drop. But for now, it's cloudy, it is breezy, and we've even been watching some areas of rain. Here's downtown Orlando. No rain for now, but there is some darker skies moving our direction. First warning, live Doppler radar revealing where the downpours are. If you live in Ormond Beach, Holly Hill, Daytona Beach, we're about to see this pocket move in. Just a heads up to you, my friends. From Paisley and Lake Catherine to Forest Hills and DeLand, it's raining now in Umatilla, but it all moves your direction shortly. And here we are in Orlando, quiet, but rain from about Claremont, Groveland, Bay Lake, working over toward the tourist district in the Four Corners, and will eventually move right into the metro. Temperatures responding to the little breaks of sunshine we've already had, but more is in the forecast. Cold front is moving in, though, and that's what Christina had alluded to. It is about to completely change the weather game. So January, in like a lion in some cases. We'll discuss when I see you in just a couple minutes.
All right, Eric, thanks. Developing right now, almost the entire island of Puerto Rico is in the dark. More than 1 million people don't have power right now. The outage first hit this morning. Investigators say it could take up to 2 days to get everything back on. According to the electric company, they believe an underground power line failed and caused the outage. We're covering Osceola County, where a man is out on bond this afternoon, accused of taking his anger out on a dog. I do want to warn you, the video you're about to see is very disturbing. We stopped it Right at the moment, the sheriff says Marco Zualaga slammed the dog onto the ground. He says this was all out of anger because the dog went to the bathroom on the floor. This happened on December 26th at the Jamison Loop Apartments in Kissimmee.
Violently takes the dog over his shoulder, slams her to the concrete. The dog yelps, bounces, and takes off running.
Sheriff Lopez says the dog did get hurt even though she managed to run away. Animal control took it to a vet, and thankfully they believe she will make a full recovery. Wow. Well, right now, Lake County deputies really need your help keeping an eye on a man who's seen pointing a gun in front of a Ring doorbell camera. Look at this video from Mount Dora. This is from the Triangle Acres subdivision near US 441 and Sadler Road. Deputies say it happened around 4 o'clock Friday morning. They're also looking for a second person lurking in the background near the homeowner's car. Take one close look. If you know these men or know anything about this, call the Lake County Sheriff's Office or Crime Line. And in Marion County this afternoon, Ocala police need your help finding the person who vandalized several buildings in downtown. You can see some of the graffiti in this video police officers posted. If you recognize him or know anything to help police track him down, call Crime Stoppers and you could get $3,000 cash if your tip leads to an arrest. Still ahead, Central hours away from ringing in a new year, where you can see the iconic orange ball drop in Orlando. Plus, neurovirus and flu cases are on the rise. Coming up today at noon, what Central Florida doctors say you should do now to avoid getting sick.
You're watching WESH 2.
We have a health alert for you this afternoon. You're likely hearing a lot of sneezing and coughing this time of year. It's because the neurovirus and flu are going around. The CDC says the number of cases is up compared to previous years. Advent Health Central Care is also seeing more patients coming in with those symptoms.
Norovirus is one of those intestinal infections that we typically see in the wintertime, and it causes the typical symptoms of an intestinal infection of nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Not a fun combination. It's very easy to spread.
Dr. Timothy Hendricks says the best way to prevent it is, of course, washing your hands for at least 20 seconds. Cover your mouth when you sneeze or cough, and if you're sick, just stay home. All new today at noon, it is a big loss for the world of journalism. Former CNN anchor Aaron Brown died at the age of 76. Brown's journalism career started in Seattle before he became anchor of ABC's overnight news program, World News Now. He later joined CNN and gained so much prominence for his impeccable coverage of the September 11th attack. Throughout his tenure, Brown was recognized for his commitment to journalistic integrity and his ability to connect with viewers. His family says Brown died on Sunday. To our Space Coast now, where the last rocket of the year is officially in orbit. SpaceX sent up a Falcon 9 from Kennedy Space Center just after midnight.
3, 2, 1, ignition and liftoff.
There it is. This launch carried 21 Starlink satellites into orbit. This year, SpaceX launched 134 rockets with 89 devoted to the Starlink mission. It was busy on our Space Coast, I'll tell you that much. All right, out the door, it's going to be busy across Central Florida for New Year's Eve. And we're trying to figure out how to prepare because we know there are a lot of changes ahead.
Yes, we've got a lot of clouds, even some rain right now, but I'm happy to say for tonight, if you have out and about plans, things are going to look fantastic. Comfy temperatures, all the clouds for now. Move on out of here. Temperatures by 11, 12 o'clock will actually fall into the mid 60s. So I'm not saying you'll need like a jacket, but hey, a light sweatshirt, something to that effect. Stylish, of course. It's got to have bedazzlement, right? But as long as you've got something appropriate, you're good to go. And then for tomorrow, notice beautiful sunshine and cooler temperatures. Today we're into the upper 70s, lower 80s. Tomorrow we'll make it to about 70 degrees. And it's because there is change. Yeah, the winds will shift around. We've got a cold front moving through later tonight. And as that cold front turns the winds around, it helps to usher in some cooler, drier air. So not only does it set us up for a fantastic New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, but it starts the next couple of days with a different trend, right? So for tomorrow, 71 degrees will be our high temperature. Thursday and Friday, we're going to climb into the upper range of the 60s. So now we'll go below average in terms of temperatures. And then looking ahead to the weekend forecast, it's even chillier. Look at Saturday, for example, 58 degrees our high temperature, 60s for Sunday, but both days are looking just absolutely beautiful. So we take a look, Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast. And once we get rid of the clouds and all the shower activity that we're dealing with now, we've got a really, really nice stretch of weather. It's just going to get chilly. Saturday afternoon, for example, this is going to be the cooler afternoon, so just to plan for it, okay? High temperatures struggling into the upper 50s. My friends in Palm Coast and Flagler County, you'll make it to the mid-50s. That's going to be it for you. 57 in New Smyrna Beach and 58 in Orlando. And then on Sunday morning, we do anticipate freezing temperatures here in Marion County, 31 in Ocala, 39 in Leesburg. We'll be to about 40 or so up and down the I-4 corridor. Though that said, there are computer models that are saying, looking even further out, a couple of weeks, right around January 11th, 12th, 13th, there's going to be another even colder front that moves in. And I've seen a lot of hubbub about this on social media. People have even been talking about temperatures in the teens, things like that. At this point in time, we look for pattern recognition in cold fronts and in computer models that far. So it looks like it's going to be a fairly cold first half to first 2/3 of January. Outside of that, let's just keep watching trends and we'll be fine, all right? It's a lot clearer now than it was earlier, though, and that's allowing the temperatures to climb. 77 New Smyrna Beach, 75 in Orlando. There is some rain showing up on our first warning live Doppler radar. Downpour through the Four Corners, working over to the tourist district, more into Polk County, and even here into Paisley, Forest Hills, back over to Daytona Beach, Ormond Beach, more rains there. So a few more hours of showers, then it's a whole lot of sunshine all the way through the upcoming weekend. Stay with us.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Shark Coatings.
In Central Florida, the weather is always changing.
That's why we work around the clock, so you know exactly what to plan for.
From tracking the next big storm to how to dress the kids for school.
That's why at WESH 2, we keep you at the center of what we do.
Constantly monitoring the latest data so you can be prepared for what's next.
No guessing, just an easy, understandable forecast, sun up to sundown.
This is WESH 2 First Warning Weather, certified Central Florida's most accurate.
The countdown is on, and Orlando's traditional way of celebrating the new year will happen tonight. The organizers of Thornton Park's New Year's Eve celebration secure the coveted orange ball from Church Street Entertainment, and it will drop at midnight. They're still working out some logistics, but they're confident they will keep the tradition going. If you want to ring in the new year with your kids in a really fun way, the Orlando Science Center is celebrating right now, and it's perfect for their sleeping hours. They have their celebration right now until 4 this afternoon. Another popular place to celebrate will be Mount Dora. The city is ringing in the new year with live performances, fireworks, and plenty of games. All of that fun begins tonight at 9 at Sunset Park. Then it's time to bring in those traditions that we all have to celebrate the new year, whether it's eating black-eyed peas, collard greens, and pork for wealth and good luck. That's what my family and I do. Different cultures celebrate in their own ways. In Spain, there is a belief if you eat one grape at each chime of midnight, it'll bring you good luck. In Brazil, it's believed good luck follows if you jump over 7 waves at the beach. If you try that, please do so safely. People in Denmark go around smashing plates on the doorsteps of their friends' and families' homes. Some in Ireland bang Christmas bread on the walls of their home to get rid of bad spirits. It's also a pretty common tradition in Colombia to take an empty suitcase and run around the block for a year of travel. Happy New Year, New Zealand, one of the first countries to ring in 2025. The country celebrated from the Auckland Sky Tower with this beautiful firework and light show. Now this makes at least me feel a little old. It was 25 years ago when we saw the biggest tech treat the world ever experienced, until it wasn't. We're talking about Y2K. I remember where I was, up the street at Macedonia for watch night service. If you can remember, Y2K was the term used for a widespread computer bug, which was expected to crash computers when 1999 turned into 2000. Tech companies spent billions of dollars on updates, and millions of people stocked up on food and toilet paper. In the end, everything was fine when the clock struck midnight. And here we are 25 years later. Coming up today at noon, 2 planes in Los Angeles almost crashed. Now the FAA is investigating. Still ahead, the dramatic video showing what happened with the college basketball team on board. Plus, it's the cheesiest college football game of the season. The Cheez-It Citrus Bowl is just hours away from kickoff. We're live with what to expect in the matchup between South Carolina and Illinois.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
11 days, 3 bowl games. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Christina Watkins. Today, it's time for the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl at Camping World Stadium. This is a major matchup between Illinois and the University of South Carolina. WESH 2's Dave McDaniel joins us live this afternoon. Dave, I see a lot of fans behind you getting ready for the big game.
Well, of course, they're ready for the big game. You know, right here, you see all kinds of South Carolina fans. They've kind of lined the driveway coming in to the Camping World Stadium, hoping, of course, as their team rolls in to show their support and really to cheer their team on. They don't know exactly when that bus is going to come in, but they'll be ready when those team members do arrive for the big game that kicks off this afternoon at 3 o'clock. And, of course, you've got your Illinois fans that are heading over toward the Fan Fest on the other side. That is a place where people gather and they have their food, they have their beverage, their games. There are all kinds of places that are photo opportunities. Out in the parking lot, you've got your tailgaters. And, again, they're having their favorite snacks, their favorite beverage, and, of course, they're ready to cheer on their teams. We talked to several people today. They're just amazed that Orlando can host 3 bowl games in 11 days. The Cure Bowl, then you had the Pop-Tarts Bowl, and then, of course, we have the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, the oldest of all the bowl games. They're able to turn the field around, turn the venues around, have everybody's logo there. You're talking about 6 teams in 11 days, all those fan bases coming in and out of town. We talked to several fans that are impressed that the way the hotels treat them, that the red carpet is rolled out in Orlando, and they're ready for a big game today. It's a little bit cloudy. The temperature, though, is perfect. It's going to be a great day for football. And, again, it's the Fighting Illini and the South Carolina Gamecocks. And, of course, these folks are amped up and ready. It is bowl season in Orlando, and the kickoff is at 3 o'clock. Reporting live at Camping World Stadium, Dave McDaniel, WESH 2 News.
And, Dave, before we let you go for the final time here at WESH 2 News at noon, this is your big day. Your retirement day has officially come, and Eric and I, as Seminole County natives, just want to thank you for everything you've done. I'm not going to cry. For everything you've done for our community.
You've been here through thick and through thin, and we just wish you nothing but the best in the years to come.
We love you so much. Job well done, my friend.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate the fact you left out that the two of you grew up watching me.
Yeah.
And, of course, now you're adults with your own family. So, yeah, I feel like Grandpa McD, but it's all good.
You said it, not us.
You don't look like it.
You don't.
So
not at
least
all.
there's that. And we have said we grew up watching you, just not in this one moment.
Well,
that's all.
I do have my freshly minted Medicare card in my pocket.
Good.
Love that for you, Dave. Congratulations. We're so happy for you.
See you later.
See ya. All right, it's going to be great weather for the Cheez-Its Bowl.
Yeah.
Those fans look excited. A couple of clouds out there, but hey.
Hey, the sun is not blasting down like a midsummer's day, right? You can see a lot of clouds over downtown Orlando. But, Dave, if you can still hear, grab an umbrella, my friend, because there's rain moving your direction, all right? Let's get right over to our first warning live Doppler radar. Here's downtown. You can see some of those heavy of rain that are gradually moving in. Right now, getting into the Windermere, Gotha areas down to the Walt Disney Complex. Next up will be Williamsburg, of course, near SeaWorld, Dr. Phillips, and eventually this works right into downtown Orlando. It extends down into Polk County, so rains there. Further to the north, Paisley, Forest Hills will work over to DeLand, Orange City, DeBerry, Cassadaga, Lake Helen, and it's pouring right now in Holly Hill. Look at that, though. It's just north of ISB. boy, talk about a lucky little break. It'll be offshore before you know it. So for us, next couple of hours, the showers come to an end, the skies gradually clear, and it just is beautiful. Literally more and more sun will shine. 70s and 80s today, but we do have a cold front moving in, and it's going to completely turn us around. We'll talk about your full forecast for tonight's plans and all the way into the new year. Central Florida's certified most accurate forecast in a couple minutes.
One family got an unexpected visitor for Christmas. Still ahead, where they spotted this black bear going through the family's trash, just looking for a gift. Plus, this Seminole County teen closed a major chapter of his life. What's next as he hopes to keep his mission going?
Every year, we are met with new challenges. Challenges that give way to opportunities to serve our communities and champion those making a difference. As we look forward to a new year, WESH 2 will be there, telling all of your stories, the challenges, the triumphs, the celebrations, to help you build a stronger bond to this place we call home. WESH 2 News, local, live, late breaking.
A packed crowd came to celebrate a beloved Seminole County teenager. Zachariah Cartledge ran his final mile last night for a nonprofit he started years ago in 2019. He created Running for Heroes when he was just 10 years old, and yesterday he stepped down as the official runner of the organization. Throughout all the years, WESH 2 has been there as he's ran 1 mile for more than 1,000 fallen first responders. We were even lucky enough to feature him as a WESH 2 community champion.
Tonight, I'm doing my last mile with the organization Running for Heroes. That is 1,572. It's really just a commemorative mile honoring all the first responders I was able to honor through the last 6 years. Just the end for me, at least for running. I'll still be a board member and be involved, but really excited for this next chapter, and just want everybody to know it's not the end of Running for Heroes, it's just the end of my running term.
Congratulations, Zachariah. What a way to honor those heroes. He looks forward to supporting the other young runners across the country who will carry on his mission. Well, a family down in South Florida in Lee County got a very big visitor this holiday season. Yes, of course, Santa, but also a Florida black bear. They saw it going through the trash and grabbing whatever was left from those Christmas gifts. Look at this video. The family says this was a big wake-up call.
We're from Chicago. We've been here about 3.5 years, and we've heard that there's bears here, but actually to see it that close, we were all kind of shocked.
Welcome to Florida. Florida Fish and Wildlife tells us if you see a bear where they shouldn't be, keep your distance and give them a call. The annual Tournament of Roses parade is set to roll tomorrow, but there's a bit of a problem. Up next, the impact our climate could have on the future of this iconic tradition. The world-famous Rose Parade on New Year's Day in California has been working to cut their emissions over the last several years, but there's one big hurdle they haven't overcome: the roses. As Chase Kane shows us, this isn't exactly an ideal time to grow them, even in Southern California. And you can watch the Rose Parade tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock right here on WESH 2. Then it's time for the Rose Bowl, featuring the Oregon Ducks and the Ohio State Buckeyes. And I did not put extra emphasis on the because I like Ohio State. Let's be clear.
Okay.
I just feel like that's how you have to say it.
It's what you're told. Was Mother's Day created, though, specifically on the calendar because that's when the roses are like?
Maybe. Something to look into. I'm sure you'll find out.
I've got so much.
You got a lot of questions.
Like, why greenhouse roses don't have the same fragrance? Like, I'm going to have to go do a Google search now.
Can't wait to find out.
All right. Well, listen, our temperatures are going to be getting about perfect here the next couple of days. Today, a little warm. 7-day forecast showing that high of about 80 degrees, and we still have a few showers in the mix. We'll go with a 20% or so coverage, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday into the weekend, it is nothing but sunshine, my friends. And those temperatures are are falling down just a little bit. Let's discuss first when the rain's clear. Okay, here's 3 o'clock this afternoon. The metro will be quiet. Our northern spots will be quiet and be sunny for that matter. We'll still have a few showers impacting our I-95 communities, but by about 5 p.m., even that clears out. And this is what we have for the remainder of the afternoon and the evening. A couple of clouds around, but you don't have to worry about rainfall for tonight's big festivities, right? No matter what corner of Central Florida you'll be enjoying. So waking up tomorrow morning, we'll have had a cold front move through, hence the rains now. But by tomorrow morning, it will be a little cooler. Not quite where we should be, but we're getting on the right track. Average low is 50. We'll do 58 in Orlando. We were in the mid and upper 60s this morning, so it will be a little different. 53 in Ocala and about 55 in Palm Coast. Look at tomorrow afternoon, though. Instead of upper 70s to lower 80s, it's upper 60s to lower 70s. A beautiful stretch of weather because of that cold front that moves through. And we've got a couple of nice days of this cooler weather. And right about the time the temperatures would start to climb a little bit, we've got another cold front that will move on. Really driving in even chillier air. So if we're into the upper 70s tomorrow, we'll be hanging out in the upper 60s, lower 70s tomorrow. We'll be in the upper 60s Thursday, Friday. And then with that next cold front, high temperatures on Saturday are in the upper 50s. That is jacket weather. And then there's another storm system scheduled to come in about the 9th, 10th, 11th. Computer models going back and forth, but the models are really indicating a cold stretch of weather. So we'll start with some storms around maybe Thursday, Friday, the 9th or the 10th, but then ushering in the coldest air we've seen at the very least in a year, if not longer. Have to really iron it out. But the bottom line is we've got some chill in our forecast here these next couple of weeks. Promise you this is a shot at Disney Springs. It's not fog, though. It's just pouring in that spot. Temperatures out the door in the 70s. Kind of see some of the clouds that are around. Our first warning live Doppler radar showing right where it is. Look at that, around Disney. A downpour scooting on through. Same thing moving into downtown Orlando. More showers into Polk County and a few showers working into West Volusia County. A little bit more shower activity, but gradually we're improving things, right? Into tonight. It's dry and it's beautiful, and we've got that lovely stretch of weather going right through the weekend. Just have the jackets handy, not just because of these temperatures this weekend, but going all the way through mid-January. Stay with us.
This is one of the most talked about accessories on social media this holiday season. People are still talking about Beyonce's iconic white hat she wore during her halftime performance on Christmas Day. The people who made the hat are Texas natives, their sisters, in fact, who now live in Los Angeles. Beyonce's team reached out to them earlier this year.
I mean, she's Beyonce, she's like the biggest artist right now. We've been creating custom hats for her photo shoot for the album. I was shaking and like also tearing up throughout the whole moment and experience of it.
It's once in a lifetime. They say the hat Beyonce wore during the show is not for sale, but they are selling a replica. In the last hour, we learned the identity of the man shot and killed by Orlando police late last night. Ahead today on the news at 4, we are working to learn more about who he was and what led up to this deadly encounter. We will have the latest on the investigation on WESH 2 News at 4. That'll do it for us today. For WESH 2 News at noon, our final 12 o'clock newscast of 2024. We hope you'll join us today at 4. If not, have a wonderful new year.